Welcome to all of you in Sankalpa Education Pratham classes. I am Sachin Patil, delivered lecture series on rotational dynamics. Right now we are going with the moment of inertia of different objects. First of all, we are going with the rod. Let us consider L be the length of rod, and first of all we have to take the axis which is passing to center of rod, and therefore you will get the L by 2. L by 2 is here. Axis moment of inertia about axis passing through center of rod is 1 divided by 12 ml square is here. This is the moment of inertia about axis passing through center of rod, and center of rod, and you will get the 1 divided by 12 ml square is the moment of inertia. Right now we want to find out the moment of inertia about axis which is passing through one end of the rod. At that time these two axes becomes parallel to each other, and therefore this distance between these two axes is nothing but h is here, and therefore h is equal to L divided by 2 is taken as here, and therefore moment of inertia of rod about axis passing through one end of rod is calculated by using parallel axis theorem. What is the parallel axis theorem is there? We know that the moment of inertia about any axis, let us consider this is the one axis which is any axis other than a center of mass. The moment of inertia about this axis is known to you. That means this is work as a IC and this is work as a IO is here. That means the moment of inertia about axis which is not known to you, it is considered as a IO, and moment of inertia which is known to you, it is considered as a IC is here, and therefore IO is equal to moment of inertia about this one and mass into square of the distance between the two axes. Now the distance between two axes h is nothing but L divided by 2 is here. That means h is equal to L divided by 2 is taken here, and IC is nothing but 1/2 ml square, because moment of inertia about axis passing through center of rod is nothing but 1/2 ml, 1 divided by 12 ml square, and therefore IC is equal to 1 divided by 12 ml square, and putting those value you can calculate the IO. That means moment of inertia about axis passing through one end, IO is equal to 1 divided by 12 ml square plus h is nothing but L divided by 2, therefore L square divided by 4 is here, and therefore ml square divided by 12 plus ml square divided by 4 is here. Now multiply 3 here, and therefore 3 is here, and therefore you will get the ml square plus 3 ml square divided by 12. That means 4 ml square divided by 12, 4 into 3, and therefore you will get the consideration of moment of inertia is nothing but a ml square divided by 3 is here, and this is the moment of inertia about axis passing through one end of the rod. This is moment of inertia related to that one. We have to this is the application of parallel axis theorem is here. Similarly you can get the consideration related to perpendicular axis theorem. First of all we have to know the it is related to rod 1, and right now we are going with the next one is nothing but a disk, and you will get the moment of inertia about disk at the center of mass, center and perpendicular to the plane of disk is nothing but 1/2 ml square mr square, and by using this you can calculate the moment of inertia about tangent, about diameter, and tangent and perpendicular to the surface of that disk. You will get the consideration of this one as follow. Now inside the disk r be the radius of disk, and we know that the moment of inertia of a disk, about axis passing through center and perpendicular to plane. That means the axis is nothing but a z axis. This is the axis passing through center of disk and perpendicular to the plane of disk. At that time you will get the moment of inertia is 1/2 mr square. Right now we want to find out the moment of inertia about the x-axis and y-axis. That means about the diameter. Those are the diameters of the disk, and you want to find out the moment of inertia of disk about diameter. First of all, you have to calculate the concentration. We know that this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and nothing but x-axis also a diameter and y-axis also work as a diameter, and therefore moment of inertia about x-axis is Ix, and moment of inertia about y-axis is Iy, and moment of inertia about z-axis is Iz. And here Iz is equal to moment of inertia about axis passing through center and perpendicular to its plane, and therefore Iz is equal to 1/2 mr square, and Ix is equal to Iy is equal to Id. It is nothing but a moment of inertia about diameter. D for the diameter is here, and Ix and Iy are both the diameter of that disk. And we know that this is the plane lamina, or plane lamina is nothing but a two-dimensional object, and you will get the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis are at a concurrent, or it is passing through same point, and you will get the three mutual axes are there, and therefore by using perpendicular axis theorem, we know that the perpendicular axis theorem is nothing but Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy is here, and Ix plus Iy is nothing but Id plus Id, and therefore Iz is equal to Id plus Id is here. Id plus Id is nothing but 2Id. It is equal to 2Id is there, and Iz is nothing but 1/2 mr square is there, and therefore Id is equal to 2 is transferred here, you will get the 1 divided by 4 mr square is there, and this is the moment of inertia of disk about the diameter. Right now we want to find out the moment of inertia about a tangent. At that time the moment of inertia about diameter, it is considered as a IC. That means it is a moment of inertia which is known to you, and the moment of inertia about axis, that means a tangent, it is a IT. It is nothing but IO is here, and by using a principle of parallel axis, moment of inertia about diameter is nothing but IC, and therefore IC is equal to Id. It is equal to 1 divided by 4 mr square, and IT is equal to IO, and therefore moment of inertia of disk about tangent is calculated by using parallel axis theorem. Is here. Moment of inertia of a disk about a tangent. What is it? Tangent is this one, and this is your one axis which is parallel to each other, and at that time h is nothing but a r, and h is nothing but r. That means the distance between two parallel axes is a r, and therefore h is equal to, it is taken here, h is equal to r, and we know that the IO is equal to IC plus mh square is here. IO is nothing but your IT. It is a moment of inertia about a tangent. IC is nothing but Id is here, and plus mr square. Id is nothing but 1 divided by 4 mr square plus mr square, and it is nothing but 5 divided by 4 mr square is there, and it is a moment of inertia about a tangent is there. Similarly, you can calculate the moment of inertia of different objects, and by using that one, by using a parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem, you can calculate the moment of inertia about different axes related to your body. That means like that one, moment of inertia about tangent, moment of inertia about the diameter, and so on. So it is done by using a parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. You will get the consideration of this one. We know that the moment of inertia of a ring about axis passing through center and perpendicular to its plane is mr square. By using this one, you can calculate the moment of inertia about diameter, moment of inertia about a tangent, and so on. So, and this is related to moment of inertia of different objects are there, and you can perform the moment of inertia, or you can determine or calculate the moment of inertia of different objects related to that one by using a parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem, by using a proper management or proper relations maintained by using the axis. When axes are perpendicular to each other, at that time you will use the moment of inertia, we will use the perpendicular axis theorem, and if axes are parallel to each other, you can use the theorem of parallel axis theorem is here. If you like that video, please subscribe my channel and press bell icon to get next notification related to that lecture series related to rotational dynamics. Thank you.